Here I am vlogging on the streets of Lagos, Nigeria. Yep, and I'm able to do that because of this little device on my side here. The audio you're listening to is coming from the Zoom H1n Handy Recorder. I'm doing that because I'm able to hang it on my side using a FileCam quick release kit. Right now I'm recording at 96 kilohertz 24 bits. This little device can record from MP3 320 kilobytes all the way to 96 kilohertz 24 bit. It's a fantastic device. Trust me, on the streets of Lagos, which I'm in Lekki, and there's a lot of breeze. You may not hear it, and there are tons of cars passing me by. Now, the reason why you're not feeling it is because I'm also using the pop filter on the H1n, and it sounds good. I know. You should be able to hear the sounds of the cars likewise. Alrighty, now let's get back to the studio and let me read you the specs and tell you more about this recorder right here.
In the box, we have a number of things. You have, of course, the packaging. You have a case for the Zoom H1n. You have the H1n itself. You have a USB-C cable. You have a pop filter. You have an AC adapter. You have a manual. And of course, you have a wrist strap. On the side here, we have a line out, and next to that, we have volume buttons. On the other side, we have a line in. Next to that, we have a micro SD card slot. Next to that, we have a delete button. And then we have a hold button here that can also power on the H1n. And next to that, we have a DC input for powering the H1n. At the back, we have a battery slot. Now, let's have a look at the top. Now, on top here, we have both microphones which record stereo. Next to that, we have a gain knob. Underneath that, we have a nicely lit screen. And then underneath that, we have some controls here. We have one for audio, one for low cut. Next is for limiter. Next to that, we have an auto level. Underneath that, we have a record button. And then underneath the record button, we have a stop button, play and pause button. We have a rewind button and a fast forward button. And then finally, we have a small speaker right in front at the top. Now, once you power on the Zoom H1n, you have to set it, the time, the language, you have to do those basic settings first. This is what the interface actually looks like when you power it on. The Zoom H1n can record in a number of formats, from MP3 all the way to WAV. Now, on the top left here, you can actually see the modes in which you can record. Now, it records in MP3 48K. Another option, you click next, you can do 192. Likewise, you can do 256, 320, and then you can do 44.1. One more time, you now have it at 48, 16-bit. If you click on it one more time, you now have it at 96 kilohertz, 24 bit, which is the highest bit rate possible. Now, next to that, you have a number of controls. You have the low cut, the limiter, and the auto level. Now, with the low cut, if you click on it once, it cuts off from 80 hertz down. Now, that's actually good when you have low rubble. If you're in a place where there are a lot of low frequencies, and you don't want that to come to your recording, that's actually good. That's one level. Now, you can take it up one more time to 120 hertz. Now, as at this point, do remember, if you're recording a human voice, you have actually cut off quite a number of frequencies where the human voice is, especially if you're recording someone who has some lows in their voice. You're already yanking that off. But this is also good to roll off some frequencies which you do not need. If you click on it one more time, it cuts off up to 160 hertz. Now, this is a large chunk of data that you are removing. You can use this in a place where you don't want those frequencies. Next to that, you have the limiter. Now, when you engage that on, basically what the limiter does is it's like a threshold. It stops your recording from distorting. Do remember that the highest that the Zoom H1 can do, the H1n, can do is 96 kilohertz at 24-bit. It doesn't do 32-bit. So you can come across distortion if you don't check your levels very well. So for that, it may be good to actually use the limiter to stop it from limiting. But then again, if you do post-production like I usually do, you wouldn't want to use a limiter. You can actually compress much later in post. Just make sure that your levels are not too hot. Now, next to that, we have the auto level. Now, the auto level is actually good for when you're using the H1n in a scenario where you can't keep going back to keep adjusting the volume. Now, because I've turned it on, if I try turning it here, see, it says turn auto level off to use. So meaning because the auto level is on now, I can no longer use the gain dial. That's because the H1n now would define my volume level. If I'm low, it will adjust. If I'm too loud, it will bring it down. So I feel that that's also pretty intuitive. Now, to gain access to the main settings of the Zoom H1n, what you have to do first and foremost is to power down the device. Once you've done that, you need to hold on to the delete button and press the power button simultaneously. Once it powers back up, then you're going to have access to all these menus. Now, right on the top here, you can see you have 4 menus. You have an arrow going up, down, one to the right, and exit. And with that, you can actually gain access to more settings on the H1n. Settings such as the date and time, LCD, battery, auto power off, record setting, SD card, version, language, factory setting, and back to date and time. Another great feature of the H1n is overdubbing. Now, this is only possible after you have recorded and say you want to layer something else on that recording. This most likely would, work well in a scenario where you're singing or you're playing an instrument. What you have to do is you have to hold down the play and pause button and then click on the record button simultaneously. What it does then is it keeps the original track, but then creates another layered track. I think that's basically everything about the controls here. So what I want us to do next, now at the very beginning, at the intro, you saw me use it on the road. Now let's try recording into the Zoom H1n in a controlled environment. This is a studio. Let's hear what it sounds like when there isn't so much noise. Now, this is what it sounds like when you use the Zoom H1n in a controlled environment. Currently, I'm recording at 96 kilohertz 24-bit. Now, unlike the intro where I was, speaking on the road and there were tons of cars, this should sound way better because this is a padded studio. The room is controlled and there is no noise except for the AC, which isn't so audible even for me to hear. But I don't know, how does it sound to you guys? Does it sound good? In terms of pricing, the Zoom H1n goes for about like $99, roughly like $100 as at today. Another question you'll be asking yourself is, who is this good for? I think the H1n is good for a number of recordings. You can sing with it, you can record with it, you can, record Foley, meaning you can get sound effects. You can even mount it, on an instrument, maybe percussion or a guitar, an acoustic guitar. And then again, you can also mount it on your camera and use it sort of like a shotgun mic. I mean, the amount of things you can do with this, it all depends on you, right? It depends on how you want to use it. I think it's versatile, but then again, I think the only issue I have with this is the fact that it doesn't record 32-bit float. So it means when you're recording, you have to be careful. You need to be very sure of your levels lest you record distortion. I'm not a fan of using a limiter whilst recording. I like to sort of like limit in post. So if you're going to be using this, then you have to be pretty careful how you use this. Don't just presume you can put it to a loud source and think it's not going to distort. It definitely will. But overall, I think it's a very good gear. So you guys let me know, what do you guys think about the H1n? Would you buy it? If you were not going to buy it, why won't you buy it? Can I have that in the comment section? And I think that's all for this review. I'm going to see you guys in the next one, right? Ciao.